So we've just finished our third test on the Husqvarna FS450 2023 model. Just thought I'd bring you up to date with a few little things that we've come across. Now this is quite important for interchangeability. The difference between the 23 bike and the 22 bike is these two bolts here are different diameters. So if you've brought, like we have, if you've brought a swinging arm for your 22 bike, like the one over there from MTR, it is no longer a quick fit to put into your 23 bike. It won't fit, and nor will any of your linkage. All of this is different, so you will need to buy new or do a bit of machining to drill out those holes to put the bigger bolts in. Likewise, on the rear axle, if you're thinking of swapping your wheels over from the 22 bikes, basically the spacers which are in there, they come out and you just put those in, so they're not a problem. But the seals, that these spacers are a different diameter, they're a bit bigger than the 22 bike, so the seals are too tight. So you need to either take the seals out completely and run without seals, or source some other seals and put those in. It depends what wheels you're running. I think the OEM wheels, it isn't too bad. You just get like a front wheel seal and put it into the rear wheel, and that fits. But you have more of a problem on the the Alpinas, because they run different seals. Your best bet is to get hold of SMX Racing in the Netherlands. They've already worked out what seals are required, so you can always order the seals from them. And also the inner tube in there, that's a different diameter as well. So again, that's something else you've got to consider buying as well, to convert all your wheels from a 22 bike to fit into the 23. So there's a couple of interchangeability issues with the bike itself. If you remember from the last video, we put a Vortex ECU in. The quick shifter worked with the Vortex, which was great. The only thing is the delay, or the cut, was too great. So each shift was for too long, but you can adjust that, and we did that. We adjusted it. I think it was set at 75 milliseconds. We adjusted it to 50 milliseconds, and that was about right. We might be able to cut it a bit more, but that got the shifter working, and the shifter works in all gears. The stock ECU doesn't work between first and second, but the Vortex does. So you're back to a complete quick shifter that works for the Husqvarna FS450. Other than that, we continued our evaluation. We're struggling a little bit. The lap times are good, but we're struggling a little bit with the rear end, understanding what's happening. The pilot's quite confused by the sensations. What tends to happen is the bike, it changes in every corner. No two corners feel the same, and the bike tends to run wide. So we'll continue to work on that, and obviously we're playing with settings at the moment, but I think different springs are involved, and maybe we've got to even look at a aftermarket shock, and maybe even a linkage to try and get that sorted. But we're step by step, we'll see what's happening. The only other thing I've done is obviously we've done an oil change. We did a couple of hours, and then I drilled all the drain plugs and wired them up, lock wired them up. Still some more to do. I've got these ones to do yet for the filter. The oil we use, that a lot of people ask, we are sponsored by Putaline, sorry, but that's the oil we use. Entech SPR 550. It's their latest oil. We've been using it now for 2 years, and it's pretty awesome, to be honest. Even if we weren't sponsored by Putaline, we would still buy that oil, because it's extremely low friction, and there's hardly any wear in the engine. When you actually strip an engine down, it virtually all comes out like new. We can actually run the oil for longer. I mean, you can, in the school bikes, we run it to 10 hours. In the race bikes, we change at 5 hours. Never had a problem with wear or anything. It's a very, very good, reliable oil, so I would recommend that. You know, like piston life and stuff like that, again, we've actually had some bikes, we've left a piston in for 100 hours on that oil, and they've come out again in prime condition. So there you go. So yeah, that's where we are with the bike at the moment. The next little job is we've got these foot pegs and axle sliders from Spider Off-Road, so I'll be fitting those shortly. Probably do a little video on those separately as a product review, because there's quite a little bit to mention there. Until next time.